Final Fantasy V probably was one of the first games that allowed true customization. The real question that I asked myself was, can I finish Final Fantasy V without gaining any experience? One of the new features that they added in the Pixel remasters, when at least the consoles was turning off experience. I believe they recently added that in the PC version also. Journey 1 would have to be creative with avoiding experience in Final Fantasy V, such as using the catch command to avoid all experience, or you could also use the blue magic condemn. Luckily on the Pixel remaster it's simple, you go in the menu and you just turn off experience. So this actually allows you to have bards finish the game at level 1 also. Generally in a low level game, bards would actually gain level from the first goblins, as there's no way to avoid them, no way to use catch or anything like that on them. Not anymore. So this is my quest to finish Final Fantasy V with no experience. I'd say right off the bat I wasn't confident in my abilities in finishing this challenge. Figured I might make it out of the first world and never advance past Gilgamesh on the bridge. The Bridge-mesh battle gave me some trouble, but eventually I did prevail. Often enough, the first real roadblock was right after Bridge-mesh. I got access to the chemist goodies that allowed me to mix up the snore. Early on though, I used some speedrun strats. One I couldn't use though was Goblin Punch on Sirens, because I had no one at level 2. Carl boss, we had to use some, fire, lightning, to take care of Carl boss. It was literally a DPS race, but you could telescrew us and kill us all pretty quickly. Siren, couldn't use Goblin Punch, so mostly it was fire when she was undead. I believe that did the most damage against her, and even more than Keyword Potion would. The roll-up first boss allowed me to actually use a speedrun strat, which was using Goblin Punch since Ferris was at level 3, which is the same exact level as Corolla was, so that's what we did. This is actually the first part where we actually showed off the Night Guard strategy also. Licklet, he was pretty quick, he went down to some broken rods. Honestly, like these next few battles, that's going to be the theme of it. Breaking rods, throwing scrolls, powering up scrolls with rods, more or less. Ifrit went down to some ice rods, Biblos some fire rods, Crayclaw, lightning rods. Same thing with the Sandworm. Pretty much I used a combination of water scrolls and lightning rods on him. Adamatoise went down to ice rods. Tried water scrolls at first, but they didn't do extra damage. Air Force, those bosses, they all went down to lightning rods, lightning scrolls. Arcavius, I used a combination of lightning and water scrolls against Arcavius forms. Interestingly, even the final form that, resists his magic does not resist water scrolls, so that made that fight pretty easy. Now, 2 of the 3 meteorite bosses, they were pretty easy and cheesy, if you will. There were some strats that easily took them down. Much like Shane McMahon would say, "Here comes the money." That's what we did on Pure Blast. We just used some Gill Toss, and that was it. Dorm Chimera, now I did attempt this fight without any type of cheesy strat at first, but it came down to, I could not beat the water move that he has, the Aqua Breath. It took us down pretty quickly. So, here we go, Death Potion we go to, which, for this, we actually had to go out and kill some prototypes. They're sort of like a secret boss in World 1 typically, but luckily I did not restrict myself on classes, so we went and leveled up a Beastmaster, got control. We had the prototype blow himself up. Really, I wish I would have went and learned self-destruct, possibly would have made a battle come up later on quicker. So Dorm Chimera meets his death by Death Potion. I wasn't even going to consider Titan to be a roadblock, but man, this fight gave me some trouble. Now I could have went and confused an enemy up North Mountain, get float, to avoid Earthshaker, but instead I went with a hiding bard, which I made bards my bard. Maybe I shouldn't have. Try after try after try, Titan just kept killing me. So eventually I went with throwing some scrolls and rods over money. That allowed me to win the damage race against Titan. I recommend you getting float on a float and then put everybody in Samurai. And you may want to pick up the main Gouch and the Elven Cape from that escape sequence. I skipped them. I regret it. Would have made this evading Titan's attacks a little bit easier. as you want as much evasion as you can. You know what? Next up was Bridgemesh. He was another, what I'd say is a gatekeeper to this run. So, literally, the gatekeeping battles were back-to-back in this run. So 0 experience. What a horrible night to have no experience against Bridgemesh. Eventually, I settled using Mute, which allowed him not to use any spells like he's supposed to in his script. And it also, I went with Time Mage so I could haste somebody. And also found out that throwing rods that were powered up, they did pretty well. In hindsight, I probably should have leveled up my Time Mage and had her throw rods. Probably would have made it quicker. Next up we have Tyrannosaur. I just gave him a Phoenix down. He died. He could not be revived with it. Dragonflower, you know what? Dragonflower took my bargain. I gave Dragonflower a death potion, and you know what? They went their way. Gilgamesh, he wanted one of those death potions too. I gave him one, he jumped right into the water. Man, these enemies love these death potions. Atimus, well, you know what? Atimus could have gave me some trouble, but this is where I started using Berserk, Night Guard, throwing money, and it worked out. Also, those Samsonites, they really helped out. Leveling up your level 3 person to like level 53. Definitely recommend it. Yeah, not many more bosses left in World 2. Here we're going up against the Crystals. They took nothing but death potions. I thought about fighting them without them by, Night Guard stratting them, but it was a lot easier just doing that. I could have threw money at them, but death potions it was. Castle X Death, that boss, we got to show off our Night Guard strat. Leveling up Ferris, and I believe we threw money. Well, we're up to the Merge World now. First up was that Antlion. He gave some trouble to that GDQ run, but they were able to recover. I, on the other hand, already had my level up strat planned out. Leveled up Curly some, threw some money, on to the next boss. Statues, they more or less went down to leveling up and some money. Pyramid, we went through that pretty quickly. Didn't run into any boss there. Got our guys to low health. Melusine, there we go. We berserked her, we night guarded her, and this time we threw some flame rods after leveling up. So there's our theme going forward. Night guard, berserk. We never again healed Ferris or Bards. Reason being is that Curly would guard, and that was it. And Curly could use the Masamune so that she would always go first to guard if we needed to. And yeah. So that's our theme going forward. And we're also going to end up taking down those pesky super bosses, Shinryu and Omega. So we're moving through the rift. Califistre is up next. So here I decided to throw a dragon potion on her and turn her into a dragon. And it helped out with our leveled up Ferris. We could then berserk Ferris after leveling her up, and she hit away with that dragon heart. Panda, same strategy. He went to a dragon, leveled Ferris up, berserked Ferris. Catastrophe, same thing. We berserked Catastrophe, turned Catastrophe into a dragon, and boom, Ferris it went. Halicarnassus, same strategy again. Guard, dragon, berserk. Boom, massive levels from Chemist Mix, and down goes Halicarnassus. Now Twin Tanya changed it up now. I thought to myself here, Twin Tanya, I did not want to lose Ferris or Bartz at all, so I wanted to keep them both alive, so I had to reset a few times to do this. So eventually we got the setup I needed. We used a death potion, and boom, on we go to the depths of the rift. Now I wish I would have picked up the magic lamp, for I did miscalculate the amount of gil to kill Neo X Death the first time. If I would have brought the lamp, or if I would have actually, just used any attack besides barehanded attacks with Paris, I probably would have won, but that part's going to be at the end of this video, believe it or not. But yeah, overall, X-Def goes down eventually. I think I ended up beating him with a rod in the end. Tree form of X-Def could really do nothing since we had ribbons. I did forget to pick up the ribbon in the one town, so Lena would have had a ribbon to make it a little easier. So she was literally expendable in this final fight. So here we go. Krill was my guardian knight. We leveled up with Samson's mites. Finally, X-Def goes down. So we did take out Omega and Shinryu. Omega did go speedrun stretch. We used the GDQ this year. Where literally, I had a Reflect Ring on Krill, made sure she could guard, had them throw off some mixes right away to avoid that the wave cannon attack that would kill us from Omega. So that was pretty simple. Threw up some level up mixes on Ferris, had Ferris attack Krilley, and boom, down goes Omega, down goes Omega. Shinryu is actually an easier version of Omega. Not to mention we would not have to use Blessed Kiss on him because Box Line works just fine. So literally simple, Night Card, Berserk, Shinryu, and we win by Apollo's Heart. So that was it. That was my low-level game,
Omega down.
experience, Final Fantasy V Retrospective. Again, if you like what you've seen here in this video, be sure to hit that follow, subscribe button on YouTube. And if you guys want to catch me live again, I've been streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. That is at my Twitch is twitch.tv/Arik1985. Literally, I could not tell you what my link is on YouTube. So thanks for coming out, guys. Hit that subscribe button.